Welcome to this year's 2012 Stoney Creek Santa Claus Parade. Hi, I'm Caitlin, and today I am joined with Lawrence Mitcher. How are you doing today? You ready for Santa?
I'm ready for Santa, and I think the crowd here is ready also.
And I think we have a pretty good spot here.
I would say we're pretty well located right in the heartbeat of Stoney Creek. We're beside the Augustus Jones statue in the shadow of, if the sun was out today. We're also about 30 meters away from the creek called Stoney Creek. So we're in a very good spot here on Jones Street in Stoney Creek.
Well, I think it's going to be a great day. The weather has been nice. It's not too cold. If the sun was out, I think it'd be good, but I think we have a good day ahead of us.
Kate, you can't beat it. We had some snow last night. It was an opportunity for everyone to realize they got to get their winter snow tires on, and it's melted. It's a little cold. The kids like it cold. They get to put on their hats and their mitts and get ready for this good parade.
Well, I know we're bundled up, and everybody here looks like they are warm and toasty, and we're all here for one reason, though.
And we're here for the big fella. We all want to see the big fella at the end of this parade. And I'm sure he'll be bringing lots of presents to the boys and girls who've been good this year.
I think so. And I think we have our first float here, the welcoming banner. This year's Santa Claus Parade has been presented by the Heritage Green Community Trust and is sponsored by the Stoney Creek BIA. And, of course, the emergency vehicles are always up first in case they have to go off to an emergency.
Yes, the emergency vehicles. We can see our police cruisers coming through the scene. The police in Hamilton do a fantastic job. These guys put it all on the line for us every day. They're top drawer officers, and we're so appreciative to have them ready for us when we need them.
I know, and those are some pretty handsome-looking cars, too.
The cars are really looking nice and sharp, no doubt about it. I like the black and white. It's a little bit traditional, but it certainly says police officer all over it.
Well, we're getting the parade going in a fantastic way. It's the Notre Dame Drumline and Pom Team. Now, I love drum lines. I wait for them. They're my favorite part of the parade.
I love the music, too. Let's listen in. This drum line here, they feature a lot of incredible cadences with their snares and their drums and cymbals, and it's those things that gets the beat going, that gets the young people moving through their marching. Yeah,
I think everybody really loves when they get some music going. Everyone gets excited. They're starting it off in a really good way.
Oh, absolutely. That gets the crowd into it, too. Hearing the beat. They're going to have to contend with that fire truck behind them, letting off his air horn. That's Pump 15 coming out of Stoney Creek. And we'll have to contend with the fire truck siren also while we're at it.
But you're quite familiar with the fire trucks.
Yes, I drive around in fire trucks myself. I'm a firefighter out of the Kenilworth Station in Hamilton, and we often go in with the fellas here from Station 15 on Arvin Avenue. Good bunch of guys. And we have George in the officer seat there. I haven't seen George in a while. Nice to see him again.
So ambulance we have up next. They always start off the parade because if they need to go to emergency, they need to get out quick. They can't be blocked by the parade.
Absolutely. Our Hamilton Emergency Services has had some changes lately. They've gone back to calling the fire department, and the ambulance, of course, is Hamilton EMS. What we've seen here is 3 emergency service groups right at the start of the parade, some top drawer people on board for all of them.
And the Stoney Creek Warriors are following close behind the ambulance, and they're actually handing out game passes to some of their games, which is great because with the NHL not currently going on, you can still get some great local hockey.
Oh, absolutely. And what a good brand of hockey that the young Warriors put on. A real spirited team. They've had some good success in the past. And also what they're doing today is being at the front of the parade because they have a game this evening.
They do. And here we have our 713 Thunderbolt Squadron right here in Stoney Creek. The band, they're a Bass and Reed military style band, and they have over 30 members, which is just great.
Absolutely. The marching bands are what make these parades, and they're a little bit further down the road yet, but they're putting out their color parties. And when you present a band like this, it's nice to see the colors in the front, and then you have your marchers and your banners, and the pageantry really makes the event go.
Oh, for sure. And they're celebrating their 52nd anniversary this year. How great is that?
Oh, it can't beat that. 52nd year. The bands, when they teach the young kids how to play the music too, it's something that's a skill that just stays with the kids at all times. We have the military marching, and then we have a little bit of free form through the band.
Yeah, and it's great because their age is 12 to 19. They get to learn leadership techniques, citizenship, and have great opportunities to learn their pilot's license of all things. How cool do you think that would be?
Oh, that would be fantastic. I know a couple of young fellas who've been through the Air Cadets, and on their way through, they learn gliding, and they also pick up the skills of flying.
Well, up next, we have our very own Mayor Bob Bertina, and he is being driven around by Lawrence Marshall. Prior to becoming a mayor, Bob actually represented Ward 2, the downtown core of Hamilton, which is pretty cool.
Bob has such a great voice. I love listening to the voice that the mayor has. He's put on the radio shows over the years, and he has a very distinct voice, and it's very reassuring. And we have certainly have had some troubled times, but you get the reassuring voice of the mayor coming through. It's very nice.
Yeah, and he's currently only halfway through his mayoral term.
Oh, yes, he's still got some work to come. Here's a supporter right now of the city of Stoney Creek, Brad Clark. He's a longtime resident here. He's Ward 9 counselor. He's got a bit of a history in the radio world. He went to school and got a diploma in radio broadcasting from Mohawk College.
I know lots of great people come out of Mohawk College. It's a fantastic school.
And also the journalism course has been really quite nice too, because we've got a lot of our local journalists who've come from there.
All right, we have the Stoney Creek Soccer Club. Now soccer, it's the world's game, and I think it's a great way for kids to stay in shape.
Oh, absolutely. Kids love this game. And it's a game that you can get a ball, find a nice field, and you're underway. It's a nice, simple game, but it also requires super high skill levels, and you got to learn them young. And that's what these parades are about. You see the young kids on the side of the road, their smiling faces, and what they're looking at is the older kids. Maybe the 2-year-olds are looking at the 4-year-olds, and the 5-year-olds are looking at the older ones. And they see the kids, and they think, I'd like to try that.
And followed along, we have Maria Pearson. She's Ward 10 counselor here in Hamilton.
She's a long-serving counselor in Stoney Creek. She really puts a lot of passion into her work.
She actually ran in 2000 against Larry Deaney.
That was for a council seat,
yes.
And so she was off council for a little bit when Larry won, but she quickly made it right back in, and she works very hard for this community. Brenda Johnson, she's new to the council makeup, and she's really making some good inroads in putting Stoney Creek forward and into the minds of the whole city.
Great truck she gets to ride along in, too.
Oh, yeah. That's one of the perks.
And I think I'm hearing the Grimsby Pipe Band come up next. They've been around since 1999, always involved in the community. And I think it would be really cool to be on this hill today.
Let's have a little listen. They've got a wonderful tune underway.
I think is great about the Grimsby Pipe Band is that it ranges in ages from 8 to 80.
Absolutely. These fellas, they're willing to give their skills and show them to the new kids and put them forward and get them out there marching in the parade. Truly a good group.
I know, I love the pipe bands. They always have so much fun, and they really put on a good show.
My wife's background is a little bit of Scottish, and I always tease my father-in-law, Fred. I say, I could see you out there in a kilt with a caber toss and that.
I know. I think it'd be a little chilly for today, but they really stick it out.
Absolutely. Those kilts, I don't envy those fellas.
No, not at all. I'm glad we're toasty over here. And up next, we have some more floats coming down. The kids are running around in their karate gear. That's a good way to keep warm.
Well, yeah, if they have their thermals on underneath it. I think this is Wayne Marston coming up. He's a supporter of Stoney Creek, a real fine gentleman. I've spoken with Wayne a number of times, and he always has a positive outlook. He's quite a nice fella, and at one point he was a member of the Hamilton District Labor Council before taking on a political career.
You wonder what? I find that we're really lucky with all of our MPs or councillors that we have. We have a really good bunch.
Oh yes, they're just top drawer. No matter what your stripe, you certainly have to believe that these people put themselves forward, and they take a lot of flack. It's a nice job, certainly, but you know, they do take their share of heat from time to time, and they do have the best intentions of the community in mind.
And we just saw Paul Miller, the MPP, go by. He's an NDP member, and he's been serving since 2007.
Again, Paul's another stalwart of Stoney Creek. There he is right there waving. Nice fella.
NDP orange on.
A little bit of orange, yes indeed.
He's still looking festive though. And up next we have the Stoney Creek Chamber of Commerce. And their truck was provided by Taylor Chrysler Dodge. It's a beautiful looking truck.
And riding in the Stoney Creek Chamber of Commerce is Dave Cage. Now there's a fellow who puts the BIA on the map for the city of Stoney Creek. He's always working diligently, thinking how he can promote the downtown core. He's a real nice gentleman and works very hard for this.
It's important to come into your downtown cores because there's a lot of local businesses that you want to support.
Well, yeah, certainly. When you have the option of going to your downtown core or going to one of the larger urban malls, it's nice to get downtown, support them. If you don't support them, they disappear, and that's the shame. That's where your downtowns lose their vibrancy. And I'd like to say, though, that Stoney Creek does have a vibrant downtown. It's got some nice restaurants, some very nice shops, and I think that the people do support it here quite a bit.
And we just saw Citizen of the Year, Linda Schuker, and she has a long history of volunteerism here in Stoney Creek. She was also the president. She also is the president of the Winona Peach Festival committee for 6 years now, which I absolutely love going to the Winona Peach Festival.
Now that would be a real handful of a job to look after.
Oh, I can imagine.
A lot of ins and outs and things going on when you're looking after a full festival. So here's to Linda Schuker. Well done.
This is a good way for kids to stay warm. Dancing around, I think that would be a great way.
Look at the smiles. Look at the smiles. They're all happy kids, and you can match those smiles with the kids who are watching on the side of the street. There they are waving.
I think all the kids kind of look towards the Santa Parade every year.
Well, I've been coming here with my family for at least 20 years, and that includes Grandpa and Grandma and our young kids, and they're not so young anymore, but they're all here again.
This was the Impulse dance team here, which is great because it's a great way to get girls and boys involved in dance. I say boys too because I think boys love to take dance class. Why wouldn't you? There's so many other aspects.
It's not only about the dance; it's also about the fitness. There's a lot of exercise that these kids get, and they enjoy themselves, get to participate, do some group activities. It's wonderful.
And up next here we have the M.M. Robinson drum line, another drum line. They look great. They look festive all year long.
Coming out of Burlington, they've always put on a very good performance. They've been in 15 parades, or they're scheduled for 15 parades this year.
And let's take a listen.
Won several top awards.
Now that's a good performance.
Very good. For the folks at home, we'd like that you could make it down here this week if you could, but since you can't, one thing that you're missing is the feel of those drums coming right through you as they march by. It's really quite a percussion feel.
Oh, for sure. And they were sponsored by the Lions Club of Stoney Creek, and they're a great organization in any community, always doing good things. And right now they have their food drive on.
The Lions.
Yes.
Yes, the Lions are always raising awareness in the community for all the needs of the people.
Oh, and here are our little sparks. Look how cute they're looking.
Oh, fantastic.
They're staying
And again,
warm.
I'm looking at the kids on the sideline waving, and what are those sparks doing? Yeah, I want to do that. And I'm sure that they will in the years to come.
Yeah, the sparks, the brownies, it's a great way for girls to get involved.
Well,
Yeah.
I was in the Boy Scouts at one point when I was young.
And did you enjoy it?
Well, I got a few merit badges, and I did enjoy it quite a bit. And I think the best part of these scouts and the brownies and what have you is getting out with your young kids and really enjoying a night where you learn some skills and get to interact with kids your own age.
Yeah, and it's a good bonding experience for kids, too.
It is. You know, if you've got a couple of kids at home that, you know, have got a lot of energy, get them out learning some stuff at the Scouts and the Brownies, and they'll come back to you and be able to teach you a thing or two.
And hopefully that puts them on the nice list for Santa this year.
Well, yes, the nice list. It's very important to be on that nice list. You don't want to be on the naughty list. Certainly, no, that wouldn't be good.
What list do you think you're on this season?
Well, that's a subjective thing, as you know, Kate, and I think that I'm probably going to be on the nice list. However,
We always hope.
However, there might be some folks in my family who would maybe not put me on that list directly. But and yourself, nice or naughty?
I would hope I'd be on the nice list. I've been pretty good this year.
I'm sure you'll be there, yeah.
I know. It's always important to be good all year long. Kids always want to remain on the nice list, have a few presents under the tree. All right, and up next, another way to stay warm, I think would be to be in a vehicle. That'd be a nice way.
Yeah, but, you know, it's not that bad out today. We did have a pretty cold one yesterday with the snow coming.
Oh, and here is the Lions Club food drive.
There we go.
It's really important to give back at Christmas time. It almost reminds you of it's important to give to those less fortunate, and if it means giving a few items in your pantry that you may not use, I think it's a good way to go.
Well, I think that the Lions Club are always very successful at the parade. You can see the people now giving their little bags of food for the folks. And, you know, we really are fortunate in this community. It's a community of about 65,000 people. We have 25% of that were foreign-born people in the Stoney Creek community. And also we have about 20% of the 65,000 people are under 20 years of age. So it's a pretty unique community with a lot of diversity. We have a lot of different ethnic backgrounds coming in here, and it really adds a lot to the vibrancy. And part of that vibrancy is these service clubs that go out of their way and do things that really are appreciated by all.
Yeah, it's really nice to give back to your community. And
Absolutely.
up next, we have the Winona Peach Festival.
Oh, have you ever been there, Kate?
I have. I try to go every year.
What's your best part of that?
I love the peach sundae, I'm going to have to say.
Oh,
that's
the
my
peach
favorite
sundae.
part.
Yes, indeed. There we have our peach queen, and we also have some of the runners-up for the peach festival. I like the gyro. There's a gyro shop in there, and I tell you, I hadn't had it before. I'd been to the peach festival, and that became an all-time favorite for me.
Your favorite thing at a peach festival
at a
is
peach
a gyro,
festival is a gyro,
things.
of all things. Well, I do also top it off with the sundae, of course.
Of course, and you got to bring home a basket of peaches.
And I do, yes.
Well, up next, we have the 58th Hamilton Scouting Troop, another great organization for kids to get involved in. I think it's so important to get your kids involved in anything. It doesn't necessarily have to be dance, hockey, scouts, just anything that they're interested in.
Yes, absolutely. You know, and, you know, this getting active is such an important thing for kids nowadays because the activity levels at schools, as they concentrate more on the education and physical fitness, isn't quite where it could be. They get out and they get to do things and get to participate. It's really helpful.
Oh, everybody's getting in the holiday spirit.
Yes, they are.
Do you guys have your tree up at home yet?
I believe that's for tomorrow. We're going to go out and cut one down.
Oh, and that was the first Stoney Creek Sparks and Brownies.
A good group of kids.
They really are. I know I got my tree up a little bit. I put it up last week, so I was already in the Christmas spirit.
Very good, yeah. Well, is it a live tree?
No, I have a fake tree.
Okay, it'll stay good then till Christmas. I'm a little concerned that getting our tree up at this point, and we might lose a few needles.
It's all about watering.
Watering, yes.
The more water, the better. But they always look good. They have that fantastic cedar smell.
It's a little early, but I think I'm going to be outvoted on this. I'm sure that the tree will be up regardless of watering or not.
It's always an exciting time. I love when the tree goes up. I look forward to it. That's what I look forward to for the whole holiday season.
Is your tree?
Is my tree.
And do you decorate?
I do. I love to decorate my tree.
I like to supervise the decorating.
That's always a fun job, too.
Absolutely.
Well, up next here, we have the Dundas Pipe Band. Another set of pipers. They look a little chilly in their kilts.
Oh, yes.
And here, we'll take a listen.
But they're toughing it out. The Dundas Pipe Band's been around since 1947.
Wow.
So I would imagine that a lot of the pipers came back from the war and thought, let's keep this camaraderie going, and kept the tradition of piping and drumming going through the Dundas Pipe Band.
And that's how you have to keep traditions going, is to pass them down to the younger generations and hope they do the same.
Absolutely. This is tradition is what this whole community's about. We've got a community here that was settled by loyalists after the American Revolution and was just a small farming community. The community, of course, gained its widest recognition during the Battle of the War of 1812 and the Battle of Stoney Creek.
And we've been not celebrating, but remembering that in the past year and in the upcoming year.
Quite a number of years. And this is the actual bicentennial of the war coming up in 13. So we're expecting a big turnout at the battlefield park.
For sure. Oh, up next here we have the Bell Float. Now they look like they're having a good time up there, rocking out with the gingerbread house.
What do we have on the Bell Float? We got some kids. They're happy. A little bit of rock and roll playing, a Christmas tree.
Run, Run, Rudolph. That's one of my favorite holiday songs. Lawrence, what's your... Steps Performing Arts, the little ones. It's always so cute when you see the little ones dance around. Oh, and
there's Bruiser
from the Hamilton Bulldogs. See? Another great way to watch hockey. No NHL? Watch the AHL.
Oh, those NHL fellas, I mean, they put on a good product, but we also have some good product in our juniors and our semi-pro teams.
Yeah, the AHL, they have a lot. They're the farm team for the Canadians. So they have a lot of pro athletes coming down to play for them while they still want to stay in shape.
And I would say with this current dispute with management that they've got some top-flight players now filling the ranks.
For sure. We air the Hamilton Bulldog games actually every Friday night here on Cable 14, which is awesome. We love doing that.
Yeah, are you commentating on them?
No, I'm not.
That would be a fun thing to do.
It would be. Yeah. Here's the rest of the Steps Performing Arts Center. They're getting a good workout today.
They've been a winner 15 times of the Hamilton Spectators Reader's Choice Award. So this is a team that has some real good skills. Oh, they've also got quite a crowd of young kids.
And up next, we have the Stoney Creek Baptist Church.
The Stoney Creek Baptist Church opens its doors every year to let the people in, the parade participants, get warm, and if it's raining, warm up and get dry. They're a wonderful organization.
Yeah, there's so
a lot of community spirits
here in Stoney Creek.
So, Kate, why are Christmas trees very bad at knitting?
I don't know, Lawrence. Why?
Well, I'll tell you. It's because they're always dropping their needles.
That is too funny. You got a couple good ones.
Well, I try. My memory's not as good as it used to be, but I got a couple more up my sleeve.
All right. Well, I'll have to stay tuned for some more.
Okay.
All right. Look at these kids staying warm. The 95th Pathfinders.
The 95th Pathfinders. On the Peninsula Towing Truck. That's the way to mark your way through a parade, is to be on the back of a truck.
Oh, for sure. So I'm having a great time at this year's Santa Claus Parade. What about you?
I'm enjoying it too.
You getting in the holiday spirit?
It's a little bit different for me being on this end of the table, but certainly it's been enjoyable.
So what holiday traditions does your family celebrate?
Well, we certainly like to eat. You know, we get the turkey out, and I think we've got it down to a very good system.
Good science.
We have Grandma. She makes up the bird, and we make up all the rest of the trimmings, and we bring it all together. Nobody has to work too hard, and yet we have a full deal when the table is filled with food, so it's good.
Yeah, it's so nice because that's what Christmas is all about, spending time with your family, because you get so busy throughout the rest of the year that Christmas is the time to sit down, enjoy each other's company.
Exactly.
Eat.
Exactly. Eat too much and go to sleep a little bit. What about your family traditions, Kate? What do you enjoy doing?
Well, I'm going to have to agree. My favorite thing at Christmas is cooking. I love to cook.
Oh, cooking.
I'm in the kitchen with my mom. We make the turkey all afternoon, and we cook everything up. And actually, my favorite part of the day is making Christmas brunch for my family.
Ah, yes. Yeah, that's also part of our tradition, too. You got to wake up early and get those pots and pans going to get that brunch going. But it certainly is appreciated by those who've just opened up a bunch of presents and are tired.
Oh, I think Christmas is all about eating. I know by the end of the day, my body probably doesn't agree with it, but eating is one of my favorite things to do.
Cranberries or not?
Cranberries, I'm not very pro cranberry, even though
nor
my
am
mom makes a good cranberry sauce, but it's not really my cup of tea. Oh, and here we have another favorite part of the parade for me.
The Shriners.
The Shriners. Now, they look like they always have fun. They're always in all the parades, in their cars.
I love their cars. That's probably the best part of the Shriner presentation. Of course, the work they do is the best part of the Shriners, but I love the different novelty rides that they come across.
And see, I think they're just a bunch of big kids in those Shriner cars.
Absolutely. And who wouldn't be a big kid?
I know, who wouldn't be? The Shrine Clown Corps, they're from Port Colborne, Welland, and the whole surrounding district. Oh, we got another different car. They brought all their cars out today.
It looks like they've got a street rally going on.
I didn't know they had such a big variety.
Who's the guy in the big full-size car? How come he gets that?
I know. I think I'd want one of the little ones.
I think I'd be in one of those too.
Up next, we have the Hamilton-Burlington SPCA. And what I love about the SPCA is how hard they work to find homes for all the animals.
Yeah. I have a dog at home, and certainly they're an animal that depends on us, you know, dogs and cats. And when you see them in the shelters, you certainly want to open up your home to them, and certainly you get a lot back from the attention that you give them.
And right now they're actually doing IAM's Home for the holidays.
IAM's Home.
IAM's Home. So they're working with IAM's
pet
dog
food name?
Yes, it is.
Oh, very good.
And they're trying to match up dogs for the home for the holidays.
Oh, very interesting. We had a truck come by the place where we live, and they had dogs coming up from the States. So there was another opportunity to look after dogs.
I know, dogs are such a great addition. And up next, we have the Strecker Brothers. They're uniform service that runs out of Britannia Cleaners here in Stoney Creek.
For all your uniform needs.
And what's great is Ed Strecker, he was a former recipient of the Stoney Creek Citizen of the Year Award because he also put in a lot of years of community service here in Stoney Creek. Oh, and here are the Avon ladies.
Not that our ladies in Stoney Creek need any extra beautification, but when they need to put that little special detail on, Avon's ready for them. Donald V, there's a community pillar. Most of the people have used the services of Donald V for their relatives and friends. A very warm and family feeling when you participate at their home there.
All right, I've been waiting for another joke from you, Lawrence.
Okay, here it comes.
There's just too many.
How many reindeer does Santa have?
9?
No, there's 10.
10? Who's the 10th?
Well, we have Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donner and Blitzen, and of course there's Rudolph.
My favorite.
But there's also the other one.
Ooh.
Olive. All of the other reindeer.
You're
so
clever.
That's 10.
10. All right, now I know there's 10 reindeer, so I'm going to have to put out 10 carrots.
10 carrots, yes.
Year.
10 carrots.
Now, do you guys always put out cookies and milk and carrots for the reindeer and Santa?
Well, we have in the past, but the kids have gotten a little bit older, and I'm not sure if they're up before that. So we haven't put them out lately, but I'm sure our young niece is putting them out.
Oh, I'm sure all the kids, that's one of their things. Up next, we have Toronto Signals, another great band. And let's take a listen. That's, I think, some of the first Christmas music we've heard. And up next, the antique truck from Donald V. Brown, which you were talking about earlier.
Yes.
We've seen a lot of antique trucks today.
Yes, the antique trucks are a real source of pride for their owners. The Toronto Signals have been around since 1926. That's incredible.
That is a huge, huge
KX94, New
Love
Country
KX.
FM. I tune into the country a little bit too.
I love
As I get
country.
older, I starting to enjoy the country music a little bit more than the rock and roll from time to time.
They just celebrated their 1-year anniversary here in the community. And what's great is I always listen to the morning show hosted by Toff and Melissa. I think they're hilarious. But they're always out in the community. And they're followed by Stone Ridge. KX every Thursday is out at Stone Ridge. They host live from there, which is great because they're out at a local place. And Stone Ridge, if you haven't been, some great food.
Oh, Stone Ridge Restaurant.
Yes. Insurance Brokers is also followed by them.
Okay.
And up next, we have the Image Party Place.
Now, that's a fun and interactive party place where they can provide puppet shows. They've got a lot of things that they can bring to your party. And if you get an opportunity and if you have a need, give them a little call. Now, who is Santa's most famous elf?
I don't know.
Well, that would be Elvis. Now, my mother-in-law is a big fan of Elvis, so I had to throw that one in.
Oh, you
for
got to
her.
throw that one in.
Yes.
Who doesn't like Elvis? He's my new favorite elf.
Okay,
Elvis.
kids. Okay, kids at home. So, what do elves learn at elf school?
Now, what do they learn?
The alphabet.
He's on a roll today, everybody. Lawrence came prepared. Oh, and we have Cinderella out. She's collecting,
nice.
handing out some candy canes.
Candy canes.
See, I think a lot of little girls here want to grow up and be Cinderella when they're older.
One of Santa's helpers is with her.
And these kids look like they're having a fantastic time.
Fun and Fit Dance Studio. Let's see them rocking up there on the float.
They have different levels of Zumba, and if you haven't done Zumba, which I'm going to assume you haven't.
I've never Zumba'd.
You've never Zumba'd.
Have you Zumba'd?
I have, and it's fun, great way to stay in shape, and you almost forget you're working out.
Is that the what they're doing up on the
A little
float?
bit of Zumba.
A little bit of Zumba.
A little bit of Zumba.
I certainly could use a little bit of a workout from time to time.
Especially over this holiday season, all the
Absolutely.
eating
Work
that
the
everyone's
turkey
going to be
off.
doing. I know.
Michael Jackson providing the music for them to dance to. The Royal Bank.
The RBC Royal Bank, great bank here in the community, and they always enjoy putting together their float so they can join in the parade. Oh, and they're up next is the Blue Saints. Now, they came all the way from Sudbury today.
Oh, Sudbury, that's a town that's near and dear to my heart. I make my way up there quite often to vacation.
It's a great area. That's
Very
quite
good
the
area.
drive.
Lot of wilderness, about 5 hours to get there. So kudos to them for coming down and participating in our parade today.
And we'll take a listen. See, now that's a good way to keep your hands warm. Did you see those little warmer muffs that they had on their hands.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Because I think playing an instrument would be kind of cold on the fingers.
And again, that was a little bit more Christmas music for us, too. That was, I think, our second one. Ray's Towing.
And the RBC Royal
I've
Band.
used Ray's before, and they're floating RBC. Ray provides a good service when you need them. Fire truck. Stoney Creek Rotary Club, there's another community group. Those people go out there and really try hard for the community in Dundas.
No, I think when the kids see all these old school fire trucks, it makes them want to grow up and be a fireman.
Perhaps, yes.
Or firewoman.
A firewoman. We certainly have a lot of female firefighters now in the city of Hamilton.
And look at this gorgeous Harley Davidson.
Fantastic.
Are you a fan of motorcycles?
Well, I did own one, and they're a little bit less body work around them. I feel a little bit more secure in a vehicle.
I would too. And here is the Winona Gospel Church.
This church has been around since 1914. It's almost 100 years now.
Wow.
They put out a very nice display. They've got a Christian theme on top of that float. The shepherds and the baby Jesus.
Oh, and here's the HSR trolley bus, which I think is so cool.
Now, I should get out of my car and get on the bus, because that, I think, would be a fun bus to be on.
Oh, for sure. And did you know that the trolley coaches actually replaced streetcars when the tracks went away?
I want to ask you, Kate, do you remember taking a streetcar ride?
No, I do not.
When they used to have the wires that would pull down on the buses, and you would have a connection electrically to the wire above and the ground below? I've been on them.
I've never been on a streetcar, actually.
Oh, is that right?
No, I've never been on a streetcar.
Goodness, I'm dating myself a little bit.
Well, I did grow up in a rural area. We didn't even have a bus or cabs out there.
Oh, okay.
So I have a bit of an excuse.
The trip into the big city was
big trip.
A little bit rare.
Oh, and here we have the Top Hat Marching Orchestra out of Burlington. They always put on a good show.
And they play some good tunes, too.
Yeah, everything from big band, rock, jazz, classical favorites. I'm pretty sure they can play it all.
And, of course, the top hat adds a little bit of class to the whole presentation. Do you play any music, Kate?
No, I'm not very musically inclined. I wish I was.
What's your season this far? Have you been into a few parades?
Actually, this is my third parade.
Third parade?
Third parade. I did the Hamilton, the Flamborough, and today the Stoney Creek.
Oh, fantastic. Good weather for all?
Good weather. Well, up next we have the Junior Hockey League Stoney Creek Peewee to AA Junior Warriors.
This would be a group of fellows who are going to want to get into the other Warrior team as they get a little bit older, get their skills up.
Hockey's such a great Canadian sport.
Oh, it's fantastic.
It's one of my favorites. I don't play, but
that's a team sport.
Oh,
a lot of coordination amongst the fellas to get a good winning team.
Yeah, and you find that the kids that are on the team, they always end up playing together throughout the years and become somewhat of a family, which really teaches them teamwork.
Team building.
Team building. That's the word I was looking for.
Yes, the kids come out of the hockey world with some skills beyond what goes on the ice, certainly.
And up next,
I like that they wear their suits and their ties when they head
always
out.
Look good.
It looks very professional.
Here we have the Oldies 1150 in their Miracle van, and they're representing Funny 820, Oldies 1150, and K-Light FM, which are all great stations here in Hamilton.
Funny 820, your second favorite radio station, and to be honest, I'm tuning in once in a while, and I'm enjoying a few minutes of it, and I think that's pretty good, and then off to my other radio station.
I know, it's nice to get a laugh in the morning.
Absolutely.
Especially when the commercials come on, you flip over, you get a couple good jokes, which you've been throwing into our
sometimes they have some adult comedy there. So knock knock.
Who's there?
Mary.
Mary who?
Oh, you got to know this one. Merry Christmas.
No, that was an easy one. I should have known that one. Oh, and Turtle Jack's restaurant. Have you been there before?
Yes, I've ate at Turtle Jack's. It's a nice fare that they serve there.
It's a great family restaurant.
I look like a turtle just running by.
I know, that's the Turtle Jack's mascot, the turtle. TJ the turtle. I think that'd be a good way to stay warm. You'd be in a mascot running around.
Oh.
I think so.
I'm sure he's plenty warm in there.
And I always like to go out for the retro rib Mondays. I love ribs, and it's a great place to go get them.
What do they serve?
Ribs on Mondays.
Ribs on Mondays?
Ribs on Mondays. Telling you, you got to check it out.
Retro, is that the price that they're referring to?
It is.
Oh, fantastic. I love a good deal.
The Crime Stoppers of Hamilton, they do a lot of good work here in the community.
And an organization like that, you know, that's what keeps your community safe. If you've got any tips on things that aren't going quite the way you think they should be, give them a call, certainly. We participate in this community, I think, very strongly. We got to look after ourselves, and it's organizations like that that keep our community safe and vibrant.
Oh, for sure. And it's always anonymous, and you can ever have a tip, you can call them at 1-800-222-TIPS. Because it's the way you keep it safe. The police can't be everywhere at all times. You got to help them out sometimes.
You got to help them out.
Oh, and I recognize the next float behind them. It's the Shriners Hillbilly Band.
Oh, yeah.
They always look like they're having a good time. It's the Hillbilly Clan, 46 Outhouse number 1.
Outhouse number 1. Those Shriners know how to do it.
They do.
They get the kids all smiling. I just want you to, if you can, have a look at some of the kids on the side of the road as the outhouse goes by. Goodness sakes.
And did you know that the Hillbillies have actually donated over $1 million to the Hospitals and Transport Fund?
Oh, yeah, they do such good work. I mean, these fellas, when they're not on these floats enjoying and making these parades so much more special, they're out doing some seriously good work for the young kids and for the Shriners hospitals and transporting them to and from the different hospitals.
Well, here we have Mohawk College, grade school right here in Hamilton. We are blessed with a lot of really good educational facilities. Mohawk College, they're always out in the community, and right here is the Toys Alive.
Toys Alive, yes, indeed.
They have a
They've
few
got
events
a gingerbread
going on.
house on it.
And the Fun School of Music right here in downtown Grimsby. See, I always wish I learned.
A little bit more conventional music with the guitars and drums, and these folks couldn't walk with their stuff. And another Christmas tune. A young girl has a lovely voice.
Oh, and here's one of my favorite floats. It's a Dickens float, and it was put together by the men that work at Stelco, which is, they did an incredible job.
This has always been one of my favorites floats in any of the parades. They participate in quite a few. And this is the Battlefield Optimist Club that moves this float forward. Just the mechanical stuff that's in the background, moving those arms and making the horses prance and the arms wave. Somebody was a genius who put this together.
Oh, for sure. The craftsmanship of this, all the tiny details, they did a wonderful job.
The little children skating around a rink.
I think that's got to be one of the best floats. I've seen it in a few parades now.
Yes, they've been out quite a bit. A couple of my friends in the Optimist waving over here.
And here we have exclusive dance productions. I find that there are so many dance studios in every town, but they're all full with kids.
Yes, the kids, again, it's the exercise Mom and Dad are wanting them to get in. I'm sure coordination and the rest, but, you know, nothing like dance to make someone tired.
Oh, no, of course not. But they actually have a...
Thinking of the Zumba that we were speaking of earlier has made me tired.
I know, a little bit. Exclusive Dance, though, they have a brand new state-of-the-art facility, and they are national and world title champions. How cool is that?
Well, that is awesome. Awesome. We've got some great organizations in this community.
I always love watching the little ones dance because I think they're just adorable.
Well, they're learning from the older ones, too. You can see their steps are there. They just have to get them a little bit refined as they get a little older. All this will come. And the important thing with these kids is that they're having fun.
Oh, for sure. That's what it's all about.
That's a smile on their face, and it's a smile on everyone else's face.
I think everybody's definitely having a good time today. And up next here is another old car. We're bringing out all the vintage cars today?
Oh, an old fire truck. That's quite a number of fire vehicles we've had cross the parade route today. Oh, something wrong with this one. He's being towed. Uh-oh, into the shop.
Well, maybe it's a little too vintage.
A little too vintage, yes. Still, they did a nice job decorating it, and that would be a tanker with the tank open so that they can have some seating in it.
And they're representing the Dr. Bob Kemp Hospice. My Nona stayed there, and my family really enjoyed it. They thought it was a great facility. It was a very nice place for her to stay, and they did a really remarkable job.
I've been at the Bob Kemp also in the last little bit, and I agree with you, Kate. It's very home-like for the people who got a visit there, and it certainly puts everyone at ease, and I think including the visitor who's there.
Oh, for sure. And here we have the Hamilton Beach Rescue, their boat and their truck, and I did see Bobby too, the tugboat. He's so cool. Yeah,
this is a group of volunteers that run out of the beach strip, and they put themselves out on the line. They put all their equipment on the line, and they're ready and willing to go out on the choppy waters and make rescues. Anything that goes wrong in the lake or the harbor.
Yeah, they were founded in 1957, another organization that's been around for, it seems, a while now.
A long time, yeah. And organizations like that that last that long have certainly got to have a lot of substance to them. They got to be doing a good job, and the people who participate appreciate it.
Well, my ears, I think I'm hearing the St. Mary's drum line. I think they're incredible, and what's really cool about them is the majority of these kids never played a drum before they joined this drum line.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, Corey Pierce, the head of the program, taught a lot of these kids how to drum, and you would never know because they're two-time provincial champions.
They have certainly got their skill levels up, and they're having a good time with it too. And I don't think you can listen to these drum lines or participate in them without a smile on your face. It's just a happy, upbeat sound.
They remind me of that movie drum line.
The movie drum line? Is that a...
And we'll have to give a shout out to our Canadian heroes up next. The Canadian Heroes Memorial Car is a great tribute to everyone that served and risked their lives for us to live a better life.
We can never really do enough to say thank you to our soldiers and those that have gone and those that have fought and those who have participated in the armed services.
And it's always nice to remember them a little more at Christmas time.
At any time, they could be leaving their home country and heading off into danger's path, and it's an incredible thing to engage in.
Now, what I find people are surprised to know about Hamilton is that we are the waterfall capital here because we have over 140 waterfalls right here in the city.
Oh, yes. And if you want to enjoy a little bit of exercise, taking a walk to any of them is going to be exactly what you need. It's beautiful waterfalls. A lot of them are a little bit smaller, but there's some grand waterfalls in and around this area, too. The Devil's Punch Bowl, that's one of the most spectacular falls that I can imagine. It's also been the scene of a horror film back in 2006. It's called Silent Hill.
And here we have the Hamilton Tiger Cats car. Now they're looking pretty cool.
Husky wee wee.
Well, at least they finally found a home to play.
Absolutely.
So we'll still be able to enjoy the Hamilton Tiger Cats.
A little bit further down the road, but
it's all right.
The yellow and gold's going to travel. We can do that for a year or so.
Oh, and look at this cute little snow globe coming up next. I love snow globes. They're one of my favorite little additions to any holiday table.
A snow globe, yeah.
And this is Health for Organics International. They're an all-natural, organic, functional foods, desserts, and beverages, which is always great. I always eat organic. I think it's really important. You should know what you're putting into your body and how it mixes in with all of the other things going on.
Absolutely, absolutely. But at Christmas time, we're going to have to give way to a little bit of the festive foods also. Some Christmas cakes are going to have to be on the menu also.
And up next we have Croatian National Home. Now they
80
have a
years
big float.
they've been around. They've been promoting Croatian culture through Hamilton using song, dance, and tambura.
Now they look like they're having a great time.
And that is quite a large float, a lot of participation.
Yeah, because with so many people coming from other countries to live here in Hamilton, they always want to bring a little bit of their home with them, and this is a great way to teach people about their culture.
Well, 25% of Stoney Creek is foreign-born.
Exactly.
So this is all part of the vibrancy of our community.
And I think I spotted the Cable 14 truck behind. There we are.
There's a truck.
There's our truck. It's looking pretty snazzy today. They did a great job decorating this morning.
Absolutely.
And one of our producers there, Dave Midlow, he got the lucky task of driving our Cable 14 vehicle.
I wonder if he's got the heat off just to feel the atmosphere.
Definitely not. He definitely has the heat on. And of course, is Tim Hortons. Can't go more Hamilton than that.
That is Hamilton.
And we have a few of our employees, Miss Kat Cullen and Linda Rourke. Some of our producers, they're handing out candy canes. And we brought our pets along today because we're a very pet-friendly atmosphere at Cable 14.
Hamilton's quite blessed to have Cable 14 too, because you bring a lot of local programming. I know that at Battlefield, where I participate, you're always available for a camera shoot. Let's have got a guest host here.
We do have a special guest join with us, Miss Linda Rourke.
I'm out of breath.
How are you doing
Linda.
today?
I was running behind.
You're running behind.
Yeah, I was, I don't know, with some other float that was not us, so.
But you're still here.
Oh.
I had to rush and catch up. Yeah, what a great day.
I know, it's been fabulous.
This
How are
is
you
an
enjoying
awesome
it?
Parade. It is awesome. Everybody's happy.
A lot of smiles out on the parade route.
Tons of smiles. The kids are adorable. It's fantastic.
So what have you guys been handing out?
Oh, we've got great. This is so cool.
What do you got? No, I
Our
haven't seen
Cable
them.
14 candies.
Oh.
How cute are those?
They're awesome. And
You'll know where you got
everybody's
that
loving
candy from.
That's right. You'll remember where you got it from. The kids are happy. The parents are happy because then they
There
can
you
have
go.
a mint as well. And it's been working out really well.
So did you get a chance to talk to the guest of honor today?
No,
You haven't. Was he
he was like barricaded.
really?
Oh.
They're like, no one's coming in and talking to this guy yet.
He's
I
the
know.
You
most
have to
important
wait till he
man in the
makes
parade,
appearance
yes.
Before any of us can get
That's
to him,
true.
so.
That's true. Well, I think you're gonna have to catch up again with that.
I am. I'm gonna get my
You're getting your
workout
workout in today.
Do you like the hat?
I do. I
It's
love
the
you.
Cable
You're rocking the
14
Cable
Christmas
14
hat.
It's
Santa
the blue
hat.
Christmas hat,
It's
certainly.
perfect.
Yeah.
We
Very
should
good.
all have these next year.
I know.
I
I'm
think
gonna
we
have
will.
to put a request in
Yeah.
for next year's parade.
Okay.
All right.
Take a breath, and I'll get ready to go. You guys have a good time.
We will.
All
Enjoy
right,
the rest
see
of the
you later.
parade.
Bye.
See you
All
later.
right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Linda. Have a great rest of your day. Oh, we get a mint too.
Fantastic. Thank you.
All right, here is the Stoney Creek Optimist. They have a fantastic float. Look at that guy's hat on the back there. He is wearing a ginormous crown. The Optimist Club does a lot of great things in Stoney Creek.
Oh, absolutely. The community is served well by these Optimist folks. They make a breakfast for us at the battlefield in the morning, and they do a good job. They got to get up awful early in the morning to get the bacon and eggs going.
And their mandate is always to be a friend to the youth and help the community, because you want to get the youth involved at a young age.
And that's what they do. They're out there. They're on sponsoring a lot of teams and a lot of sports, and that is one heck of a crown. Up next is the Royal Canadian.
The Royal Canadian Air Cadets.
Air Cadets,
Another
yes.
place that you can get your pilot's license.
Yes.
I think it would be so cool. Imagine being that young and being able to fly a plane.
I think the whole organization of the Air Cadets is well done. It's, again, put forward by a lot of volunteers who want to teach the kids some skills, some responsibilities, able to show them some piloting. And I'm sure that a few of these kids are going to go on to be pilots.
Oh, for sure. And they get to learn how to play an instrument, too. Another good skill to have.
Yeah.
All right, and I think we're going to take a listen as they gear up for their next song.
Well, we got them during their intermission.
We did. Everybody needs a little bit of a break.
It was quite a good intermission, but
it was. And here we have Dr. Marcerian, if I'm saying it correctly, the dental office here in Stoney Creek. And with the holidays approaching, a lot of goodies are going to be eaten. You want to make sure you're brushing your teeth.
Look after your teeth, yes,
or else you're going to get a trip to the dentist.
Big tooth hug. Those kids are fortunate today to get a big hug from a tooth.
That'd be a cool
Only
way
at
to
Santa
ride
Claus parades can you get a hug from a tooth.
And look at this. This is Carrie's party. She puts together huge different displays made out of all balloons. How cool would it be to have a giant octopus or zebra made out of all helium balloons?
Carrie says your happiness is our reward.
And that's always nice when someone can take care of some decorations for you, because when you're putting a party on, it is a lot of work, especially at Christmas time.
Oh, yes. On top of the cooking, there's decorating.
And followed behind is the City of Hamilton's Public Works Department, and they have their snow plow, and I'm sure they're gearing up to get ready.
Here's
for
some
the
guys
season.
that we're happy to see in the wintertime. On your street, when you get it all snowed in, these are the guys that are going to come help you get out.
And did you know that these trucks hold 12 tons of road salt? That is a huge amount of salt.
Which is a lot of salt.
And sometimes they have to travel a little bit slower than the rest of the people on the roads, but we got to remember they're doing it for us.
They've got their lights on. You got to pay attention to where they're at so you don't bump into them.
Oh, and look at this. We just saw Boston Pizza, but up next is Mallard Farms.
This Mallard Farms contributes to the city of Stoney Creek by putting baskets up on all the poles.
Really? That is a great way to kind of add some little Christmas spirit to the city.
They do a real good job with the flowers.
Oh, and I love their tree. That is a perfect looking Christmas tree. Let's hope you get one that looks that good.
I can hope so.
That is a nice one. Oh, and here we have the Royal Canadian Sea Cadet Corps 31. They're the Lions, and they are new to us this year.
Yes, but they're located in the downtown core, and they've came from downtown Hamilton to march in our parade. It's the first time, so we're happy to have them along. Sea Cadets is not just the world of young boys anymore. We take females in the Sea Cadets.
Which is
ages
great.
12 to 18. And there's not many organizations that don't welcome the females into them anymore, especially the military-style ones.
And I think it's important to get even your teenagers involved in something. Keeps them out of trouble, doesn't it?
Yes, I used to be a Sea Cadet, and I enjoyed that quite a bit, too.
Oh, for sure. We'll take a listen to them. See, now they're keeping their hands warm with some gloves.
Yes, they are. They're also playing us a lovely Christmas tune.
I love Christmas music. What's your favorite Christmas song?
I think it's Blue Christmas by Elvis.
Your mother-in-law's rubbing off on you.
Or should I say Elvis?
Elvis. Yes, Elvis.
Oh, yes. Blue Christmas brings a tear to Grandma's eye every time she hears it.
It's a great tune.
It is a great tune.
And here we have Lucky Bear, and it is an extremely large tow truck, 15 feet actually to be precise.
When you need a tow truck like that, you've had a large collision.
Well, they're here just in case one of the parade floats break down. You need a truck this big.
At least, yes, certainly. They're a big truck there.
And the snowman float is up next.
And of course, we have to ask the question now: what do snowmen eat for breakfast?
What?
Well, that would be Ice Krispies.
I think Ice Krispies would be a good way to start the day. Now, I always try and watch Frosty the Snowman every year before Christmas. I'm a kid at heart.
You got to admit, that's one of the saddest TV moments when poor Frosty starts to melt.
I always feel so bad.
And of course, what would you call a snowman in the summer?
What?
A puddle.
That was a little too obvious.
That was too obvious, yeah.
Well, here's Santa's workshop. I think everybody's working hard on that float, getting ready. We have 25 days till Christmas now.
Today's the first, yes.
Yes.
Boy, it's coming quick.
And this is the committee float. What really puts a parade together is all the volunteers that work so hard to make sure it is a flawless parade.
And they certainly have done a very good job this year. A lot of work goes into it, and a lot of volunteers are needed. And when you have some spare time, you should always try and participate as fully as you can in your community.
Yeah, and this year's volunteer committee members are Fern Mills, Bob Naylor, Nadia and Joe Giglotti, Eddie Peltzman, and Connie Brahe. So 6 of them put on this, and they work for 12 months of the year.
Oh, yes. This is absolutely a full year's commitment to get something like this off the ground. Making contacts, confirming stuff.
All right, and I think this is the final band before the big man himself, the Burlington Dean Tour Band. They are...
The excitement's starting to build.
I can feel it in the air. The kids are getting really excited.
I can see the little one smiles now.
Now, this band was formed in 1947. So many old organizations today. Now, let's take a listen. Well, I don't know how they got the lucky job of ushering the big man himself, Mr. Santa Claus, in.
Oh, they've done a good job. They've got a lot of polish in that band. That band comes out of Burlington. They're just a top drawer band. I've heard them a number of times, and they certainly are sounding good today.
And I think I see somebody behind us.
Oh,
it'd be
the big
Santa
man.
Claus himself, and he brought his reindeer, but only 9 of them today.
It is the
He only brought 9.
The fella of the hour. Santa Claus has come to town.
This is the moment all the kids wait for. They get so excited. I remember when I used to go to parades, I would love when I got to see Santa.
You can
coming
feel
down
it in the
street.
air. You can feel the excitement in the air.
It's officially Christmas here in Stoney
And
Creek.
there's the 9th reindeer right at the front.
Olive is not
Rudolph.
there today.
No Olive.
No Olive today. Now, we want to give a special thanks to Bob McDonald for helping Santa arrive safely in Stoney Creek today for the parade, because he's been all over doing parades.
Oh, fantastic. And a special thanks to the family and friends of the organizers for helping on parade day.
And that's all you need. Santa Claus, he's the most popular guy of the hour.
Merry Christmas to everyone in Stoney Creek.
Merry Christmas, Santa.
Hello, how are you? Oh, Merry Christmas, everyone.
And everybody needs a mark on their calendars for next year. December 7th, 2013 is next year's Stoney Creek Parade.
We'll be here.
We'll be here. I love the parades.
Join us again next year. Try and make it in person if you can, and if not, we're going to be here on TV so that you can enjoy the parade.
Well, we want to wish everybody at home happy holidays from the Stoney Creek Parade Committee, also from myself, Kate Lane, and for Lawrence Mitcher. We had a great day, and I hope you're all on the nice list this year. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next year.
Thank you very much.